We could do it, you know, Gail says quietly. What? I ask. Live in the district, run off, live in the woods, you and I. We could make it, says Gail. I don't know how to respond. The idea is so preposterous. If we didn't have so many kids, he asked quickly. I never want to have kids, I say. I might if I didn't live here, says Gail. But you do, I say, irritated. Forget it, he snapped back. The conversation feels all wrong. Live? How could I live praying? Who is the only person in the world I'm certain I love? And Gail is devoted to his family. We can't live, so why bother talking about it? And even if we did, where did this stuff about having kids come from? There's never been any romantic between Gail and me. When we met, I was a skinny 12-year-old, and although he was only 2 years older, he already looked like a man. It took a long time for us to even become friends, to stop haggling over every trade and begin helping each other out. Besides, if he wants kids, Gail won't have any trouble finding a wife. He's good looking, he's strong enough to handle the work in the mines, and he can hunt. So you can tell by the way the girls whisper about him when he walks by in school that they want him. It makes me jealous, but not for the reason people would think. Good hunting partners are hard to find. What do you want to do? I ask. We can hunt, fish, or gather. Let's fish at the lake. We can leave our poles and gather in the woods. Get something nice for tonight, he says. Tonight, after the ripping, everyone is supposed to celebrate, and a lot of people do, out of the relief that their children have been spared for another year. But at least 2 families will pull their shutters, lock their doors, and try to figure out how they will survive the painful weeks to come. We make out well. The predators ignore us on the day when easier, tastier prey abounds. By late morning, we have a dozen fish, a bag of greens, and, best of all, a gallon of strawberries. I found patch a few years ago, but Gail had the idea to string mesh nets around it to keep out the animals. On the way home, we swing by the Hop, the black market that operates in an abandoned warehouse that once held coal. When they came up with a more efficient system that transported the coal directly from the mines to the chains, the Hop gradually took over the space. Most businesses are closed by this time on ribbon day, but the black market is still fairly busy. We easily trade 6 of the fish for good bread, the other 2 for salt. Gracie Say, the bony old woman who sells bowls of hot soup from a large kettle, takes half the greens off our hands in exchange for a couple of chunks of paraffin. We might do a tad better elsewhere, but we make an effort to keep on good terms with Gracie Say. She is the only one who can consistently be counted on to buy wild dog. We don't hunt them on purpose, but if you attack and you take our dog or 2, well, meat is meat. Once it's in the soup, I'll call it beef. Gracie says with a wink. No one in the same would turn up their nose at a good leg of wild dog, but the peacekeeper who come to the Hop can afford to be a little chooser. When we finish our business at the market, we go to the back door of the mayor's house to sell half the strawberries, knowing he has a particular fondness for them and can afford our price. The mayor's daughter, Madge, opens the door. She's in my year at school. Being the mayor's daughter, you'd expect her to be a snob, but she's alright. She just keeps to herself, like me. Since neither of us really has a group of friends, we seem to end up together a lot at school, eating lunch, sitting next to each other at assemblies, partnering for sport activities. We rarely talk, which suits us both just fine. Today, her drab school outfit has been replaced by an expensive white dress, and her blonde hair is done up with a pink ribbon, ripping close. "Pretty dress," says Gail. Matt shoots him a look, trying to see if it's a genuine compliment or if he's just being ironic. It is a pretty dress, but she would never be wearing it ordinarily. She presses her lips together and then smiles. "Well, if I end up going to the Capitol, I want to look nice, don't I?" Now it's Gail's turn to be confused. Does she mean it? Or is she messing with him? I'm guessing the second. "You won't be going to Capitol," says Gail coolly. His eyes land on a small circular pin that adorns her dress. Real gold, beautifully crafted. It could keep a family in bread for a month. "What can you have? 5 entries? I had 6 when I was just 12 years old." "That's not her fault," I say. "No, it's no one's fault. Just the way it is," says Gail. Madge's face has become closed off. She puts the money from the berries in my hand. "Good luck, Katniss." "You too," I say. Then the door closes.